Yes, guys, welcome back to another video. Welcome to the George Benson football channel. Chelsea, I'm begging you, please bring me Champions League football next season. I cannot get enough of what I watched last night. Barcelona 3, Inter Milan 3, game of the season, hands down. It was breathtaking, scintillating. It was jaw-droppingly brilliant at Barcelona last night. If you want to see a high-octane review of that match, check out the link in the description to today's More GBFC video. Chelsea, I'm begging you, all right? It's the semi-finals tonight of the Conference League. Djurgården of Sweden against English giants Chelsea. But I cannot be in this competition again. Please get me Champions League football next season. I need it in my life. That game last night was like, if you had any thoughts that football was, I don't know, maybe a bit boring these days, just go and watch a full game replay of that match last night. It was unbelievable. And look, Chelsea, we've got to only beat what's put in front of us, and I'm going to throw it up on the screen now. Djurgården are 11th currently in the Swedish league, just above the relegation zone. 7 points, 2 goals scored in 5 matches. And, this is a semi-final of a major European competition. Is it major? I don't care. Just bloody win it, all right? Because, look, not only is it becoming, as the season's gone on, even fans aren't turning up to the Stamford Bridge games in the Conference League because we're like, this is a joke, isn't it? We lost to Legia Warsaw. I don't want to see any slip-ups here, okay? We're playing against the 11th best team in Sweden right now. In Sweden, okay? No disrespect. I've actually been to Sweden. I stayed there for a little while. I watched some football there too. And the standard is not like, it's not, okay? It's all right, but it's not. It's not good enough. So Chelsea today, please don't let me down. I don't want to see any like, oh yeah, it's a tough. Shut up. It's a must-win game. Okay, it's embarrassing otherwise. Chelsea go to Djurgården, and look, it is a semi-final. We've got an opportunity to make a final. We've got 2 more matches in this competition, maybe 3 if we get there, and it will be against one of Fiorentina or Real Betis. So, as much as I would have loved to start this video today by going into like, who are the opposition? What do we need to be wary of? I don't really want to be honest, because I just think with Chelsea right now, we just need to get out of this with the trophy. Because every Champions League game I watch, I'm like, I miss this so much. Like, it's got to a point now where there's 2 obsessions that I've got when it comes to Chelsea. I want Victor Osimhen through the door. I want him as our striker, and I'm desperate for Champions League football because it is the pinnacle. It is unbelievable, the quality in that competition. And if we're there, then we can get excited about these midweek games again. Because look, we're playing against a team. I'll bring it up for you again. They're currently 11th in the Swedish league. The Swedish league didn't start too long ago. But like, they don't score goals. They've played 10 matches, scored 18 in the competition, in the Conference League this season, if you guys can see that now. Sorry about that. Conceded 10. Like, 1.8 goals a game. It's not dreadful. Goals from outside the box. 7 of their 18 goals have been from outside the box. But look, Chelsea, we need to just get this done today. The team news that we got from Enzo Maresca is that Christopher Nkunku will not be in the squad. Doesn't really bother me, that one. Robert Sanchez also is not in the squad. But we're going to go through now a little bit of the Chelsea news today, because speaking of Nkunku, we're going to do this a bit differently. I'm just going to whack this on the screen here. Christopher Nkunku wants to sign for Bayern, but Tottenham favour needed. What do you mean Tottenham favour needed? Do you think anyone would actually be that bothered if Christopher Nkunku went to Spurs? Would it be one of those where, I think with Nkunku, for me at least, it's been, I feel a bit sorry for him, but now I'm kind of just like, I don't really want to see him play for Chelsea again. If he went to Spurs, has he done enough at Chelsea for me to actually care? If that was the case, the answer is fundamentally no, in my opinion. So let's see. He wants to go to Bayern, but Tottenham need a favour. Not entirely sure what that means from Christian Falk, but we move into this one. Proud to unveil Damak official on the front of our shirts for the rest of the 24-25 season. Also launching Chelsea Residences. No, that's the other one. Chelsea Residences by Damak. Luxury living Chelsea style. So, Chelsea have got a front of shirt sponsor between now and the end of the season. They apparently will be a long-term property development sponsor, but will not be on the front of the shirt for the Club World Cup. I wouldn't be so sure about that. I'm sure it will be like a different deal. And if it was to happen, then we might hear about it in the near future. But as of right now, I think this is good. I think Chelsea, this is a good sponsor. Damac Official are one of the biggest property development firms in Dubai. So if you know anything about the Middle East, you know that there is a lot of money there. And yeah, I mean, it's kind of embarrassing that we're even talking about getting a front of shirt sponsor with 4 league matches to go. But at least the 4 matches are against Liverpool, Newcastle, Manchester United, and a must-win game for the Champions League against Nottingham Forest. And potentially 3 matches in the Conference League. It bloody better be, shouldn't it? So yeah, front of shirt sponsor is obtained. The next piece of news. Yesterday we spoke about Morgan Rogers, but Arsenal, Chelsea and Man City are all interested in signing Aston Villa midfielder Jacob Ramsey this summer. Ramsey is more likely to be sold than Morgan Rogers. I mean, look, I don't know how many news stories at the moment we should be buying into or not buying into, but Morgan Rogers, I can get behind it. Jacob Ramsey, I'm not as convinced about that for Chelsea, if I'm being quite honest with you. The final news before we build the team for the day. Chelsea consider Nico Williams a dream target for the summer. This time it comes from Fabrizio Romano. And I spoke yesterday about Nico Williams, or the day before, saying 400 grand a week. Like, where's he plucking this number from, mate? You ain't done anywhere near enough yet in your career to be getting paid 400 grand a week. Premier League money or not, that's a waste of money. If I'm being honest, there's better options available for significantly cheaper prices. I do think Nico Williams is probably the best option, but when I balance it all out between 400k a week, right? If we're not going to pay Osimhen the wages he wants, but we'll pay Nico Williams as a winger that, all the priorities are wrong. Simple as that. So for me, if that is the case, then you go and give those flipping wages to Osimhen, and then if we do still have the money, give Nico Williams what he wants, but 400k it's way too much. It's absolutely way too much. But anyway, we got a game to win tonight, haven't we? Chelsea versus Djurgården in Sweden. First leg, Conference League semi-final. Make sure you're subscribed to this YouTube channel so that you don't miss the live stream. I'll be going live an hour before kickoff tonight. I've got to set my alarm, wake up at 1 a.m. for this one. So please do join me. But anyway, let's begin with the goalkeeper, Philip Jorgensen. Rob Sanchez is not in the squad. The rumours that we're hearing at the moment is that Philip Jorgensen could well be a shoo-in to replace Petrovic at Strasbourg next season. So big opportunity for him again. Question is, will we have much to do again? I'm not sure. We move into a Chelsea back 4. At Champong, Tosin, Badiashile and Marc Cucurella. Tosin and Badiashile seems to be the go-to in these games. Badiashile, I think, has actually done very well in this competition, although that defeat at home to Legia Warsaw has kind of soured all of my feelings about this tournament. I know that a lot of people at this point are like, don't really care, but for me it's about like, just bloody win it, okay? Just give us that trophy. Like, it just feels weird even celebrating it, to be honest, but it's there. Let's beat these lot. Anyway, Marc Cucurella, we don't really have anyone else that can play in that position. Gusto's injured. Reece James, I don't want to see him playing at left back, for goodness sake. So that is what I want the defence to be. Dewsbury Hall and Reece James, I've gone with this here. And look, at the moment, I'm kind of balancing in my head. I know that I said I don't want to see Reece James keep playing in these games, but having seen Chelsea look so much better when Caicedo is there inverting at right back with Lavia and Enzo in the midfield, I think it might be the play between now and the end of the season. And look, you guys know I absolutely love Reece James, yeah? But I'm not going to pretend that it's not the Reece James that we've been used to. You know, we still see those ping passes, the chest control and all that stuff. But in terms of that electric bombing up and down, crossing, shooting, all of that stuff, yes, he's been very good in this competition, but he's being used in that midfield. And as much as I don't like it, I think we need to try and protect Caicedo and Enzo today so that him, Enzo and Lavia can all play together in that game at the weekend against Liverpool, which is obviously such a big one. So Dewsbury Hall and Reece James in there. Moving now into the Chelsea attack. Neto, Palmer, George and Jackson. Nicholas Jackson, I want to see him build on that goal that he scored at the weekend. Tyreek George, I think absolutely has to start here. Neto's in great form right now and he looks fit. And Cole Palmer, he really, really needs that goal, doesn't he? And it was between him and, because Nkunku's not around, I don't want to pick Nkunku regardless, you know. But it was between that or sticking Enzo Fernandez where Cole Palmer is. But I just think right now with Palmer, I don't want him to get injured. And also remember, apparently it's a plastic pitch tonight in Sweden, which is always a big concern, particularly for players like Reece. Maybe Cole as well for this. But I think he needs that goal. And maybe even if it's against DJURGÅRDEN, right? It's a semi-final. Surely that would just give him the confidence. And I think he just needs to remember how to put the ball in the back of the net. It sounds a bit stupid. But at this point, I genuinely feel like it's a mental battle against himself potentially right now. And we've talked a lot about whether it's Maresca stifling him. But this team should be good enough to beat DJURGÅRDEN. I know it's a semi-final. Credit to them for getting here. And I know I've kind of probably disrespected them. And they might even bloody beat us. I wouldn't be surprised with the effort that we put in against Legia Warsaw at Stamford Bridge. But get the bloody job done, Chelsea, please. I'm going to say we're going to win 2-0 tonight. I don't think it's going to be the most electrifying game of football ever. It's a shitty pitch, so we'll make do with it. But yeah, make sure you join in for the live stream later on today. If you enjoyed this video, smack a like. As I said at the start, more GBFC. That video today for the Barcelona 3-3 against Inter Milan is electric. Check it out, link down below. Thanks for watching. See you in the live stream. Come on, you Blues.